What is it for though, or is it top secret?
Oh no, it's not top secret. It's really to drive down a truck from this grip company up here and drop off and pick up some stuff. But also I was going down to take some headshots. Because I announced on the Facebook group, one of the film groups, that I'm driving or flying into LA, and if anyone wants anything delivered, I'll do it for you. You know, I look out for others. So I was like, and he responded, Clay, which I met, but we don't really talk. But he hit me up, and I was like, he was like, I got something that needs to go down there. If you're willing to do it too, I'll pay you. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll drive down the truck, get my headshots done, and then come back. Make some money doing it.
Networking is everything. Wise.
It's like in film, it's like you have to be like an octopus and have your hand in a little bit of everything to make money.
Are we ready to go?
Yeah. You want to do your intro?
Yes. Hello guys, welcome to the Grind Podcast, and I have here
Bobby Issa.
So who is Bobby?
Bobby is an actor, location scout, location manager. I produced before. I worked for free as a PA in the beginning of my days and still work as a PA once in a while. Totally across the board, doing all different jobs, but just staying in film, you know, trying to make things happen.
So, what intrigued me of all those titles is location manager, or how do you do that? Tell me a little bit more about that.
So the location manager role, it kind of changes sometimes, but what I get in the beginning is, you know, offered to be a scout and go look for locations for the movie. Sometimes they have the idea of a place that they have already, and I go over there and talk and negotiate to the homeowner or business owner. And I just, you know, try to be friends, really, and try to work something out. Tell them, you know, this is a nice place that we like to film at. It fits our story. And we would like to...
Is it typically like a house or a restaurant?
Oh,
what is it typically?
Oh, it could be a bunch of things. Like, it could be like a whole field of, like, dirt. And it's in the middle of nowhere, and you could just talk to the landowner. Or it'll be a house, and you got to talk to the homeowner and
see,
say,
if it's just land, I just go. I don't ask for permission.
Yeah. I wish we could do it, but I'm...
Legally, you gotta get the proper paperwork, or else you get the cops called on you, like we did on our last set.
Did you?
Because we called the Concord police station, letting them know that we were filming and we had, you know, props that are guns.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And so we were cleared in Concord, but I live in the middle of Concord and Pleasant Hill, and we weren't cleared in Pleasant Hill, right over there by Wells Fargo. That's where the ending scene of our short film was, and the police got called because one of the actors ended up, you know, pointing the gun at him.
Oh shit!
Right next to a Wells Fargo. It didn't even clear my mind. I was just so astounded by the aesthetics of the waterfall.
Was it one of the just having a conversation and he was waving it around, or was he like totally aiming it?
He literally aimed it. We didn't fire anything, but he just aimed it, and people were around, and there were bangs, and they were like concerned that it was real. So the cops came, and we damn near got arrested. Fun times, but call the police if you're using props.
Yeah.
Not even though it's fake and that they don't need to come. And they're pretty cool. Cops are pretty cool. Shoot, if it was a better term, they probably would have been in the film as well. But we killed it. You know, we ruined it.
Yeah.
One of them happened to have the same last name as me. Fun times. But yeah,
long lost cousins right there.
Right. Get cleared first. But yeah, like if it's a park or like a land, I'll skip the paperwork. But at home, I haven't done home. I'm the one that looks for you know, the locations in my films. Typically, it has historically been in Concord, and I would like to keep it that way. But Concord's getting a little boring, so maybe Oakland or San Francisco, or somewhere else.
Sure.
Not inside a home, because that's kind of boring, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you could do exteriors, interiors, like in a cul-de-sac or something. Then you could shoot in front of there and not go in the house or something.
Right.
I mean, there's different options, however your story goes.
But permits, you gotta get the permits.
Yeah, So you'll call the film commission if you have a film commission in your city, or if not, it's usually the police department that deals with the permits. You call them, tell them you're shooting at a location in town, and you pay an amount. I mean, it's not expensive; it's pretty low.
Yeah.
But they'll just say pay this amount for these days.
Give us a little range.
Like $200.
Not much.
It's not bad. Like,
not much. Just a day of work.
Yeah, I shot at in San Rafael, and I had to speak to their police department, and it was kind of hectic to get in a conversation with the sergeant because he was never there.
Right.
But it took a while, and that's one thing about locations. You gotta be really at it to go talk to these people, because sometimes they won't answer the phone, they won't answer an email.
Of course.
You have to just go there and try to talk to someone to get you to that person.
Right.
And just be very
consistent
and just go at it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it costs like $200. San Francisco could be different because it's a bigger city, of course.
They all want their cut. You guys,
Yeah.
They all want their cuts. Anyway, moving on from that. What's something people don't normally know about you?
Let's see. I mean, I grew up skateboarding, and I was in a skate video when I was young. That's how I started being in film.
I tried to make a documentary on the skate park over by Concord. Epically failed. Nobody wanted to talk to me. I skateboarded once in my backyard, hit my ass, and decided never to pick up the board.
That's the risk you take.
Yeah, there's something very aesthetic that draws me into skateboarding. I don't see many people doing it nowadays as like growing up.
Yeah.
But skateboarding is pretty sick.
Yeah, I love it. It's always been a passion of mine. It stayed with me throughout my youth and into my adult years, and I still.
Were you a rebel, and that's how you like?
I guess like. When I was young, a lot of the adults or like parents of kids would call us street kids because we would just be in the street skating. So that's what we kind of got.
We went outside.
Yeah, we went outside. We didn't stay on our phones inside in the room, doodling.
Right.
We were actually outside, out there playing in the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, the short film I shot was based off of the park that I grew up in.
No way.
Yeah, so
that's really cool.
It's just like 2 blocks down the street from where I live, and they have they have basketball courts, which is rare, and I use everything that I grew up with and that I love. Yeah, in my
if you had a playground, I'd go play on the playground, basketball, whatever that park had, you'd go do it.
Exactly.
Baseball field, try to play baseball or something, or build something.
Yeah. But Concord's is very important to me and in film. Yeah. But you'll find anything anywhere. You could be in Oakland or wherever.
Who's from Concord is Blake Anderson. You know Blake Anderson from Workaholics?
For your sake, I'll say yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm friends with Atiba, kind of. I see him at events, and he's friends with Blake, and that's pretty cool to see that he's out there doing his thing.
Shout outs, Blake.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can connect.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll see you with Atiba when I'm down there in LA.
LA's in fire. Come to the Bay.
Yeah, they're probably gonna build a lot of studios or something. I don't know.
Well, Vegas. I hear they're going to Vegas.
Yeah, so. Mark Wahlberg got something coming up. He wants to make that Hollywood 2.0, I think.
2.0.
Or 2.0. 2.0. 2.0.
Skateboarding though.
Oh, skateboarding. Yeah, let's go back to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I see in your hand, your fingers, you have tattoos. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that.
So, it says skate or die on my knuckles, if you could kind of see that. It's kind of faded.
It died. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I tried to actually get it lasered because I was going through my acting thing for a while. Oh, I still am. But I'm hoping to maybe get that later finished.
You don't want it on you?
I might keep it. It depends.
Didn't they cover it with makeup?
Yeah, makeup worked all the time. I wouldn't even do that on myself.
Would you get it retouched, or you're like, I'm done with this? Tell me a little bit more about this tattoo. I want to know.
So Skate or Die, there's a video game back in the days Nintendo had, or it was on arcades called Skate or Die. It had a weird kind of joystick thing going on. You would roll a ball instead of use a joystick, and you would play this game like your local round table or something, or arcades. And I got the idea, and I thought about okay, I want to get on my knuckles. You know, you're a skater and you want to be a rebel and
Right.
outcast, cool, and get these tattoos and be a punk rock dude. And I was like, oh, I'll get on my knuckles. And so I was with some buddies and with mine. We went to San Luis Obispo and we got some tattoos over there. And this is where I got it. I got it over there maybe 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But skate or die, just a saying that we all say in the skate community growing up. Skate or die, you know.
Would you say you were a pretty good skater, or you just kind of just did it for fun?
Both. I think I was a good skater. I advanced pretty quickly when I was young. I guess when you're a kid, you just don't care about falling and hurting yourself. You just get back up.
What's your worst injury?
Breaking my left wrist, and it was funny because I was not doing nothing crazy. I was just on the flat ground. And I was trying to do a 180. Really, is just turning your board and ollieing, just jumping up and turning really. And I fell off and I landed awkwardly on my hand, and it just broke my wrist. And you know, yeah. Oh, you got one too, yeah.
Never been the same after.
You've been skateboarding too, huh?
Yeah, just commuting.
Or you got in a fist fight. That's what happened.
No, broke both my wrists actually.
Oh, wow.
Something silly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel for you. You got the scar and everything, man. They had to go in there and put some screws.
Some metal, some screws.
See, that's why Jeanette does not go on boards.
Yeah, be careful. It's a risk. I mean, now at this age, I don't really like being on the board. I'll cruise around and do tricks that I know I won't fall off of. So I try to keep it low impact and try.
See, I don't have the best health insurance, so accidents.
Yeah,
at this
cover
age,
California. Help us out.
That's where it's at. Okay, so other than skateboarding,
I had a couple different pursuits growing up. I rollerblade for a little while after skating. That didn't go nowhere. That was just for fun. Then I got into basketball. Like after my skateboarding phase as a kid, it never really faded, but it was always there. I would still play basketball.
are you a fan of basketball? Are you a fan of any sport, or are you just?
I'm a fan of basketball. A lot of the sports I like to watch once in a while. I'm not as big as a sports head as many folks. Like I don't do like fantasy football or fantasy basketball, whatever those games are. But I watch it once in a while, you know. Usually football mostly. Basketball once in a while. I feel like basketball changed over the years. But I do like to watch Steph Curry, of course, Bay Area. You know, I support all the Bay Area teams because like this is where I'm from, you know? Like I represent the Bay Area. Except for like I don't really watch too much hockey. I never really
hockey's really irrelevant.
Yeah.
No offense, San Jose Sharks. It's one of those brutal sports that either you really enjoy or you don't. And I guess I would have to go and experience it with friends, like the actual experience, the actual atmosphere, to give you a real perspective on it. Until then, it'll be DL.
Yeah.
It'll be DL on the back of my mind.
I'm not gonna discredit it. Maybe one day I'll fall in love with it and be like, damn man, let's go hockey.
Hey, maybe that's a goal. Maybe we'll go watch hockey together.
We can
Who
do
knows?
that. Yeah.
So, other than skateboarding, which is pretty risky, tell me about a time in your life, either professional or personal, where you were scared.
So there's these stairs in my town. We called it the subway stairs, and it was about a 6-stair drop, maybe more, 7. And I was always scared to ollie this, like jump down it. I mean, I always wanted to do it, but I was scared shitless because it was a big drop.
So
and
you said is it 6 feet?
About 6 feet, 6 stairs,
Damn,
7 stairs.
damn, okay. Like you could injure yourself if not die.
Yeah, you can injure yourself. I mean, you can get hit by a car because there's oncoming traffic also. But
even better.
the risk factor on that one was pretty dangerous.
Add some sharks and some lions in there.
Some spikes or something. But as I got better in skateboarding, I got more confident in wanting to do it. And one day I did it, and I accomplished and overcame that fear.
Holy
Kinda
shit!
just pushed-
You didn't get
pushed
hit
it.
by a car. You
No.
didn't break your foot. You
No,
flew
I
out.
didn't have a bad fall. Like,
Did it get recorded?
it got recorded in the skate video.
It's somewhere in the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's somewhere there.
Okay, so it actually happened.
It did.
That sounds
I got
fucking
proof.
scary as shit, though.
I got proof.
Nice, congrats.
Thank
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. That's risky as fuck.
So all you skaters out there, you could do 6 stairs or whatever stairs you want to do. Just believe in yourself.
Yay to death. Near death experience.
Near death, yes.
Do you believe in ghosts? Talk about that.
I do, but I don't feel like I'm scared of ghosts.
You're not?
No, I feel like ghosts just come and they hang out and they kick it, say hi, and they just go away.
Mhm.
Like I mean, I don't really get afraid.
See, normally they tell me like if you see ghosts or dead people, that means that they're coming for you.
Yeah, I mean, I hear all types of things like they're visiting you, or
I guess it depends on their vibe that they have. Like you could feel it if it's good or bad kind of thing, you know?
yeah, I guess you can sense the vibes.
Yeah.
Like whatever, like if smoke comes off and like oh yeah, there's smoke.
Thankfully, I have not experienced any ghosts, and we could keep it that way, whether it's good or bad. Yes, I do believe in them, but they could stay the fuck far away from me.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to visit me, I don't hate it. Go ahead, you know. Or if they're in the area that I'm in, like
How about you visit me with somebody else's here? Because alone, I would probably shit myself, and I would not want to be here.
yeah. I recently worked in a place called Locke County, and it's like middle of California by south of Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
And this place is supposed to be haunted. Like it's a place where like Chinese settled at in this private land,
Mm-hmm.
and they had brothels and gambling.
This is in Sacramento?
Yeah, kind of south of Sacramento, Elk Grove,
Yeah.
Locke County. They had like brothels and gambling, and supposedly it's on the delta of Sacramento. So they would celebrities and musicians would travel up the delta to go visit this place because it was filled with basically it was called the Monte Carlo of California. But supposedly there's killings and things going on there, and it's very haunted.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think I might need to go check this place out.
yeah, you can look it up. Look it up on YouTube. It's called
Okay.
Locke.
Lock.
Yeah, Lucke.
Yes.
And there's some videos about that
Ooh.
place.
Okay.
And it looks pretty cool. It looks like a western like vibe, like a totally cowboy. Like you imagine like Clint Eastwood walking in the middle of the bar or like the houses. That's what it looks like, the old school houses. And it's like it's amazing that it still stands up because some of the buildings are kind of like not made properly, like without any foundation. It's like the pipes of the house are holding it together. Pretty cool. I thought it was a cool place. But I mean, it was haunted too. So I didn't experience any haunted activity.
How was it? How so was it haunted? Like, did you hear voices? Was there sound?
I mean, from like the video I saw on YouTube, there's saying like a man got shot trying to run away from stealing money at the gambling place,
Mm-hmm.
and he haunts the area. But I didn't see any. At one point, I had to do a lockup, and a lockup is basically when a PA stays in the area and doesn't let traffic come into the set.
Yeah.
And so I had to go into the back of this brothel, and I just was by myself, and it was dark. And I was
You
like,
were working.
I was working on the
set.
film,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh huh.
and I just sat there for like 2 hours, maybe an hour,
Mhm.
and nothing really happened. But I was like, let's see.
Were you
Let's
on
see.
your phone? You had to be on your phone if you were there standing by yourself for 2 hours.
I was.
Yeah, because it's boring otherwise, bro. I do
Yeah.
security and I stand either looking at the ground or at the ocean for 12 hours. That shit fucks with your head.
Yeah, you get kind of dizzy. You're like, dude, what's going on?
No, it just makes me think of all my life choices and some regrets and some I don't, and it's just like, gosh, 12 hours standing here. I need some kind of like distraction.
Entertainment. Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't have any distraction. I just stared at the building in front of me, really, too.
I need to see ghosts.
Yeah, but it was a cool place. I get it. It was like founded in 1895
Before Christ even came along.
when he was walking.
Man. You might find him there in Sacramento.
Gee.
Jesus Christ might be in Sacramento.
Yeah, he's waiting for you.
So after the second hour, did you see any action?
No. It was just
You're
quiet.
like, this is boring, man.
I was hoping someone would say, I could hear like a whisper, "Hey, Bobby." What's up, dude?
Just to
What's
play
up,
with you.
dude? How you doing? What's up? You at the brothel? What are you
So
doing?
you say that now, but if it actually happened to you, I think your reaction would be different.
You think so?
I think so. I think you would be like, actually, Ghost, I did not enjoy that.
I'd strike up a conversation. I'd be like, "What's up, bro? How you been? How long have you been?"
So
out
what's
here?"
your story?
Yeah. So what did you do out here? You know, just strike up a whole.
Imagine telling people
Catch
that
up.
conversation. I had a conversation with the ghost. How fucking crazy would they look at you? Like, Bobby, I think you need mental help or some shit.
I'm with it. I could go with. I'll take the mental health, and I'll still roll with the ghost. Because crazy is good. That's what makes good content. Some to a point. Not when you're doing something wild, like not too wild. When you're like hurting people or something like that.
Right. Don't hurt people, but
Yeah.
you could be different. You could be odd.
Yeah, you could be odd. You could be different.
But
Stand out. Outcast.
I don't think crazy is a good term. It has lost its meaning over time. Unique. There you go.
Unique, different. Yeah, unique. That's the
So
word.
you mentioned on set. What is the best experience you have while being on set, whether as an actor or PA or whatever it is?
I think I want to say, I mean, acting was pretty fun and I had some cool things, but I think the most fun that I had and the best experience that I had was working on the Matrix Resurrections in San Francisco. I was a
When
location.
did that happen?
2001, I believe,
Okay.
right when COVID was gonna happen.
I have
Was
had
like-
a lot of people come in this table tell me that they got to work on The Matrix.
Oh yeah, I probably know a few of those guys, or maybe, or
Yeah.
no, maybe not.
She was a stunt driver for
My last podcast.
Matrix 2.
She was a stunt driver for the Matrix Resurrections,
Yeah,
or the different one.
when they built out the highway.
Oh, okay,
They
that's
did
an
the
Alameda.
highway scene. I guess she was one of the stunt drivers there.
Okay, yeah, that was in Alameda. That was like the second.
Well, that's
one.
local. That's very local.
Yeah.
I wasn't in film back then. I was probably like in college or something.
Did you watch it? You watched it, of course, right? Or
I don't think I've seen the actual, like all the movies, but I've seen portions of it. I'm not a movie
Yeah,
buff person.
totally.
Unfortunately. Ironically.
I'm the same way. Like I don't watch TV or movies that much.
Right.
But I'm in film.
But we create them.
We create them. our inspiration is the world we see
Yes.
with our eyes when we're
Correct.
experiencing life. That's how I see it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Agree. So I noticed that you posted on Facebook that you were going to be on. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So far, you're like the only one that was hyped. And people have questions for us. You want to talk about what they asked? Or
Yeah.
you want to talk about...
Shout out to Ken Fong out there, Chinatown Wanderer. You can find him on Instagram on there. But he asked, what are some of the negatives that keeps you or what was it? Let me look at it real quick.
Okay, go
Sorry
for
about
it.
that.
You got it.
It'll be real quick. Why do you continue when the struggle is real in the film industry? I think if you surround yourself with the people in film and your passion, it'll make you drive even more because you have this interest in this world. And I think if I didn't have people around me that was also interested in it, I would forget about it. So I just always kept in touch with the community and just always felt like there was a drive or something burning in me to continue this journey in film. And I just kept with it. I just kept knocking on doors.
But clearly, if you struggle with it and you keep doing it, you're fucking insane.
Yeah.
Number one answer.
Totally.
Number two is you fucking love it. And number three, the process itself is fucking heartbreaking and you want to kill yourself after like the second, third day on set. But after you see the results and you're like, we fucking did this and this is fucking amazing.
Exactly.
It makes you keep going. That's the best feeling ever.
It's like the film industry is different from every other job because like you could be working an office job and you could be typing away and you're finishing like this document and at the end of the day you're finished, but the next day you go do it again and again and again. But for film, you shoot a film and in this process of a month or short, whatever, however you do it, but you come up with a product at the end of it and you say, this is who I made or was a part of.
And it's truly team based. You're not doing it for someone. It's not somebody else's work. It's your work. It's a reflection of your work.
Definitely.
And the overall outcome is all of our work. But you're doing it for you as the actor, as what PA, whatever it is that you're doing. That's a reflection of your work, just like a basketball team or a football team.
Totally.
You got the quarterback and you got the players. Yeah. Together they're a team and they work together. But they're also individual, just like set, set's the same concept.
Yeah. I mean, you have your department heads leading the people under from like production to design to art PA or whoever, props PA. And it goes like that in every department. You got your AC and your second AC. Everyone's working together to make this puzzle a piece, at the end.
So you gotta really love being on set and love filming to keep doing it.
Exactly.
That's the full answer.
Yeah.
So that's why we keep going.
That's why we keep going. It's tough.
Endless.
I'm not gonna lie.
Very competitive.
I always, not always, but you get those times where you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this
Every day.
Yeah.
Every fucking day.
Every day. Because who really wants to stand up for 12 or even longer hours on film set?
Thankfully, I haven't had a longer set than 8, but I'd rather be on my grind on set 12, 24 hours on my dream
On your project.
than somebody else's dream.
Totally.
And somebody else's 9 to 5, somebody else's crap.
Yeah.
I'd rather do it for myself.
Totally. You're
So-
in control of your destiny.
Exactly. 50, because the audience is in control of our destiny.
Totally.
And
It's
we
kinda
have
like
no power. If they watch, don't watch, support, not support.
Yeah.
So that's where being an artist is more complex than having a 9 to 5. The 9 to 5, you're gonna work, you're gonna get paid. Being an artist, it's not concrete.
Yeah. Speaking of working a 9 to 5, like my parents talked to me about wanting to get a full-time job because I'm working in film and it's freelance based. So you're jumping around here.
Parents
and there.
don't get it.
Yeah, they don't get
They
it.
have an old school mentality.
Totally old school. I'm
They're like, if you're not working 9 to 5 or a dentist or a doctor or somebody, you ain't succeeding.
That's exactly how it's been going for me for the past couple of years.
And stereotypically, sorry, you are Asian, so money is everything to Asians, unfortunately or fortunately. So how have you dealt with that? How do you deal with that?
I kind of just ignore it. I just continue going on with what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I let them talk, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna go grind and film.
As much as they talk, is because they care.
Definitely.
They want you to succeed.
Yeah.
It's just they don't understand.
Yeah, they don't see it from our eyes and what we.
So when you make it big, you'd be like, you could go retire, parents. You should have believed in me in the first place. But
Yeah, I want to be like that, but again, I don't. I want to be like, that's what drove me to go do that. Was you
Right.
saying no,
right,
made me wanted to go say yes to something else.
absolutely.
So it was like an inspiration or a motivation to go make me go do that. Because maybe what if they said, "Oh yeah, go do that, go do that." I take it for granted, and I'm like, okay, I don't even want to do this anymore. I walk away from it, and then they got heartbreak, and they're like, "Oh, I thought you were working in film, now you're not doing it anymore." So I'd rather have it here. I'd rather have hearing it the other way, like don't do that, and
Then you
just doing it. Like Matt Damon had this great video. He talked about everyone in your family or close to you might say don't do it, but you have to trust in yourself that you love it enough to go pursue it yourself. So when he gives advice to anyone who wants to be an actor, he tells them, no, I don't want you to be an actor, go do something else. Because he's trying to draw in you to make you choose that option to go do it no matter what anyone says.
because it's more rewarding at the end.
I agree, yeah.
Because you have that, even those battles that, like you said, like if they said yes, would I have wanted it? You know, I wanted to be in management long ago, and I got it. And when I got it, I'm like, this shit sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. So there is also that, but we'll see. I think we're still in the mist, and anything could happen.
Yeah.
So. Any other questions that they have that you want to discuss? Normally
see.
I don't do this. Normally I just ask.
Thank you for letting me do this.
I'm open.
How do you overcome negatives? So there's a lot of negative things, like sometimes on set you have to do things that you don't want to do.
That's in life.
Or
That's
just
being
in
a
life in
human.
general. Yeah, like go buy water for
Right.
the crew. and pick up crafty and all this stuff, like all the work that no one really wants to do, you know.
Throwing away the garbage, all the little stuff that matters the most at the end of the day.
That's exactly, the small things like that mean the big things in the end. So I'm like, okay, I'll just get it over with. And I did it so much that I just got used to doing it. Like even when I'm at home and like I'll go just take out the garbage because I need to go do that, or not say I would leave it before, but I would just go get it instantly done because that's how production work is, to get it done.
Right.
And that's, as long as you get it done, anything in the middle, whatever, you know, complaining or any of that goes out the door. But as long as you get that job done and you see your superiors see you finish it, that's all that matters.
Right, and I mean, if you see the garbage is full, it's just easier to just do it, get it done, instead of waiting for the next day or whatever. That's just my productivity or the kind of person I am. Yeah, clean space, clean mind, clean everything.
Totally.
Yeah, it's more helpful.
Clean
It makes
underwear.
everything. Clean bed, clean everything. You want to be clean as you can be, but you know sometimes you just can't. But yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Definitely. What other negatives? I mean, we have the strikes going on. That happened. We have the fires in LA going on. There's a lot to be kind of in the hole about. But I think if you could have a positive outlook about it and think that, you know, there's cool things that's going to happen.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
It's your mindset.
Definitely.
In the choices that you make, you eat, whether you're fixated in the positive or in the negative or some in the middle. That's what you'll get. If you focus on the negative, you'll get negative. If you focus on the positive, you'll get positive.
Yep.
It's just a matter of perspective.
Yeah, totally matter of perspective. I mean, staying positive has always helped me.
It's hard. It's hard to be positive sometimes.
Yeah.
It's so hard. It's so easy to be more negative than positive, though. I'll be honest. You know, it's just easier to blame the whole world for your anger and why is she wearing yellow when we're all supposed to be wearing gold? It's just easier.
Yeah.
But it's harder to be a good person. It's harder to forgive. It's harder to be positive.
Totally.
But we should do it because I don't want to be around a negative person.
No one does. No one does. That's true. You want to be in an environment that is, you know, good for everybody.
Right.
You know, and
you don't
feel
want to
welcome.
be toxic.
You want to be safe in this environment.
Yeah.
You know.
You want to be welcome. Like, hey, Bobby likes to work with me. I like to work with Bobby.
Sure.
You know, no negative. It's easier. It's more rewarding. There you go. It's not easier to be positive. It's just more rewarding.
Totally.
Yeah.
I understand.
So.
Let's see, another question. The importance of the art department in film, art direction, props, and set design. This comes from Hugo Martinez. I worked with him on a movie in Sacramento called No Address. Shout out to you, Hugo. He worked on the art direction. I think the importance of the art direction is making the backdrop of the movie look real. Mm-hmm. You know, they play a big role in like putting signs up or whatever, lights or like lights, not like grip, but lights like in art design, you know, to make it look like a business area or something, or a Chinatown or whatever.
Now, my projects haven't been big enough to have an art department, but I assure you it's very needed and important. It's just budgeting, and if it's fit, you know, for that specific short film or feature film. The more hands and bodies you have, obviously the more efficient you are, but the more pricey.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't fit in the budget sometimes, and that's what Hugo talks about. Mm-hmm. He says it's one of the first things that gets axed in a movie because there's not enough money to put enough into it. I understand that, and just in every department, there's not enough money for everything too. So I understand, you know, where you know the department heads are talking about there's nothing for the budget,
right?
But I mean, it does play a big role in the imaginary world of
almost
film.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean. I think if we could all have it our way, we would have everyone
100%.
get
their cut and their chance to shine, whether if it's in front of the scene, behind the scenes, or set design.
Yeah.
Or makeup.
Makeup too, like
makeup's important too.
Get the wardrobe. Get the clothes in.
All of it. You know, it's just there's so much pieces to making a film. You wouldn't even believe, like. The roles and there's so many, and they're all important, but it's money.
Yeah.
And
the funding.
the funding and the project. If it's like a low budget or if it's high end, or it all plays a factor. You know what I mean? Not every movie has to have all these departments either.
Yeah.
It just depends on the project.
Yeah, I mean, you could come out there and shoot a project with just a camera and maybe some light that you have and shoot something, or you have natural light and you could just shoot a camera.
You could carry it. You could record it with a cell phone.
Yeah,
it
you could do a cell phone
depends
too.
on what the project is. So.
Yeah, I totally believe in that. I mean, as much as I work these big projects, I understand the small projects because I still work on those too. And I find it like, I see a lot of passion in the eyes of all these people that are starting out and doing the indies. And it's cool, man, to see their drive, you know? It's like, yeah, I like that. That makes me want to just write my own stuff. And so I started doing that now too, is writing my own stuff. So.
Doing whatever you can on your own is always, it helps the budget. And it's, the more you know, the more things you can do. But it all comes back to the budget.
Yeah, totally. I mean, everyone's trying to get paid, and money makes the world go around. All those things.
Everyone's trying to get paid, but not many are trying to produce things.
Yeah.
You know, so we gotta get the leaders to be leaders and write projects and make the calls to so everybody can eat. You know what I mean? So there has to be those people too.
Yeah. Shoot, when I first began PAing, I worked for free on a passion project. It was a spec commercial for the prop house, and I just wanted to be on set because
that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, I just gotta do that.
A lot of the newbies don't believe in that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just like,
that's true.
I get it. You gotta get. I believe in paying everyone a little something.
Yeah.
But you gotta get your hands dirty. You gotta know.
You want to learn these things, you know, like
yeah.
how to tie up a cord or whatever, you know. Those things you can learn just jumping on set and just being a helping hand. And that's a great way to get into the industry, is just find someone who's shooting a film, and then they'll teach you the ropes. And one of those people inside in that group of filming could maybe introduce you to someone that could get you paid work. And that's what happened to me. Like, I worked this free PA job. I met someone. He got me on a paid gig, and that's how it started. And it started being like a snowball going down the hill. Was like I started getting these jobs, and
people can see your hunger.
Yeah.
And if you're really passionate, you'll get far, and people can see the bullshit as well. You know, we see it.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
know.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's times where you take a risk, a chance at somebody who you know doesn't really deserve it or isn't well seasoned, and you'll reap the rewards, or you might not. But
that's true. There's also the bad apples. There's something like to call a good egg or a bad egg in the industry. Some last for a while because some of them can be egotistic and, you know, want selfish things to be done, but they get quickly kind of pushed out. And then the people that really love and passionate about it will find their way to keep it going in the industry. So
there's bad people on this earth.
Yeah,
remember that.
I mean, there's villains. We got evil. You know. But one day the superheroes will come out and the Avengers will save the day.
Just like we always do. Always.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
I like Harry Potter.
That's my childhood, bro.
Yeah.
That's our childhood right there. Harry
That's cool.
Potter. I don't know if it could ever be topped.
No?
I don't know.
No Superman, no Spider-Man movie with Zendaya, nothing?
That's his own universe, bro. That's its own thing.
Yeah. Harry Potter's like very magical, and it has like a weird touch of like just some fantasy and cool things that go along with it. That gives it a spark.
Right. Just like Batman, just like every other hero too.
That's true. Everyone. Have you noticed that every superhero wears underwear outside of their pants? Like Superman.
Right.
He has underwear outside of the pants.
At least they have underwear.
Yeah, they could not have underwear.
Right. It's probably too revealing.
You know, they want to show people that they are wearing underwear. So that's what
they are human after all. That's the human aspect.
Yeah.
Believe that. Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Do I got any other questions here? Talk about on-set romances. You know,
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna do
Don't
that.
do it.
I know this was a joke from Daniel Lee, but I'm not gonna do it. But
Wait,
you know,
have you had on-set relationships?
I haven't.
You sound guilty.
I
Guilty
don't
as charged.
I mean, there's a couple prospects that I would like to maybe talk to, but I keep it professional sometimes. Sometimes I try to talk to people and just talk. But I mean, I always keep it professional.
You know what? I am Cupid. People on my set tend to like each other. Every project, there's somebody who likes somebody. It's unavoidable. It's human. I guess it comes with the territory.
Yeah, you're stuck with someone all day. You just say, "Hey, how you doing?" Oh,
Now, have I personally ever fallen in love with anybody on set? No, thank God, no.
Do you want to though? If it was to happen, say, okay, you get with this person, and now
I'm
you
not
see 'em at
against
work.
it, but for my own best interest, I think I need to refrain because I can't balance professionalism
Yeah.
and relationships.
Totally.
Either as friends or I have to be one extreme or the other. So I need to protect myself
Yeah.
in that aspect.
I always also think about like, okay, you guys get together and you for working on film, but you guys keep working the same film sets all the way together and all the time. But what if you break up?
Right.
And then you see each other again on
Right.
set. You're like, so how does that feel when you're on
If
set?
it happens naturally, then it happens. But do I want that? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I prefer to date
Outside.
elsewhere.
Yeah, I that's where I'm at now. I'm like, I just probably want to date someone.
Could you
outside.
Could you handle?
If we didn't see each other all the time and we worked in different things, like if she was like, I don't know, working on talk shows or something, and that's somewhere she could just be at, and I could be on the film set, you know, and we're separated, we don't see each other every day. So if we do break up, I won't see her. So that's how it might work.
You're kind of leaning more towards no, though, because chances are you're gonna be together for a while.
Yeah, but not to say that I haven't heard some good endings. You know, there's some people that.
Okay, get us a good ending.
Let's see. I mean, Jessica Alba. Well, she just broke up with Cash Warren actually, but supposedly Cash Warren was a PA on the Fantastic Four movie, and Jessica was the lady in the movie.
The main
one of the
lead.
main characters, and so Cash met Jessica Alba in the movie. As he was PA and they became so close that they became a couple and they got married, had kids, but now they just ended up separating.
Here's the thing with that though, I don't know if those like Hollywood actors stuff is like a scheme or for real. That's the thing.
Yeah, you don't know if they're playing the show or not.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Like
the
you
thing.
see
I don't know
Britney
if it's
Spears in
real
these
or
videos
not.
dancing with knives and shit. Like, what is she doing that for? Oh, it's to attract the attention of
Industry plant. There you go. You know, like you have Jay-Z and Beyonce and all that, but at the same time, they're celebrities. Who else are they gonna date? You know
yeah,
what I mean?
that makes sense too. Like you need someone in your same league, I guess.
Yeah, like Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie Presley. You know, stuff like that. That makes you wonder. Like, this is so like out there. Like, is this real or was this like a plant? You know.
Totally.
Not saying that love doesn't exist for actors, it's just more complex, obviously, because you don't know what side you're playing, what side you're getting as the real actor, you know,
Totally.
or the fake actor. Who knows? You're an actor.
Yeah. I mean, personally, do I know anyone that hooked up or got married?
Probably happens all the time, though.
Yeah, it does. There's some that happened. I remember an art person got with another art person, but that kind of fumbled and never bloomed. But
Okay, maybe love doesn't exist.
maybe not. Maybe just go. You know, find someone that works at the library or something. You know, outside of film. But yeah. Yeah, that's all I got for.
Just gotta be
romances.
open-minded about love and where it's at and who it is.
Yeah.
But to finish it all off, how do you feel about your career this far? Would you say you're a beginner, you're middle ground, or you're like a pro? How do you?
I don't think I'm ever a pro because I'm always learning something new every day when I'm on set, and there's a lot to just ingest. I think I'm like maybe mid or to upper. I mean, with my experience working on the big budget movies too, like I came a long way being a free PA, you know. Been around for like maybe 10 years in film now. But also, you know, I started young too in other realms. But I think I'm okay with where I'm at, and I think I'm middle, upper, kind of, you know, not there. When I get there to the top, it's like my end game is to be an actor, really.
Okay.
That's where I want to go. I want to be an actor. And I know the struggle's tough being an Asian actor.
It's just so competitive.
It's very competitive.
And being Asian just makes it even harder.
Yeah. You know, in the casting calls, they would have Asian as a casting call, and it would be Japanese, Korean, and Chinese. But I'm Filipino, and so we Filipinos.
That's a different kind of Asian.
It's a different kind of Asian. and it was just, we didn't fit the Japanese, the light skin, more squinty eyed stuff going on. So it was always a gray area for all of us. But I mean, I'm not going to just fight for my race, but for everyone, and inclusivity for everyone else to have an option or a part to play their role in a movie, you know. I'm all for everyone trying to go make it happen, you know. Every race, all that, you know. What's all create. I mean, even in the local film scene, you have the Asian community, you have the Black community, you have the Latino community. They all individually work on their own projects, but we also come together and make our own projects together. So as we're all doing our individual things for our community, we're also, you know, doing things together too. I like that idea, you know. So we'll do some personal things, and then we'll also bridge the gap and come together as a unit to make things happen. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Diversity,
yeah.
Okay, where can they find you?
You can find me at Instagram at BobbyEsip _, BOBBYYSIP _, and on Facebook just Bobby Esip, BOBBYYSIP. My IMDb is IMDb me, Bobby Esip, if you want to look at my resume and movies I've been on. Yeah, and it was fun.
And he's gonna be in LA with the fire.
I'll be in LA with the fire soon. Hopefully I don't get stuck.
Not in the fire, but near the fire.
I won't be in hell.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Bobby, and see you guys on the next one. Thank you.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I had a great time. That was fun.
Yeah.